In this video, I'll be showing you how to blink an LED, or more specifically, how to blink an RGB LED according to how much voltage is received on a pin on the Attiny. Let's take a look at the sketch that we'll be using to blink some LEDs, technically one LED and RGB. So what I like to do is to start off by putting on my IOs and my pinouts at the beginning of a sketch for Attiny so I can keep up with it. And so we have our IOs as 534 ground and then VCC 210, and the pinouts are 1 through 4, 5 through 8. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That way I can just go up and reference them when I need. In the first part, we're going to be declaring our LED pins. So we have the red, blue, and green LED pins. We have our variables, our check pin, then our delay variable, our LED that's selected variable, and our battery value. So how much charge is in our battery. These are just for our test. The battery value will be between 0 and 5 volts. We can adjust it later. We're going to state our pin modes either input or output in this section, which is our void setup. And then we get into our void loop. We have our battery value, which will read our check pin, and after that's been checked, it'll go to the battery value variable. Then if the battery value variable is less than 500 or 2.41 volts, then it'll declare the LED to light up is number 4. And then if it's between 500 but under 750, that's 2.4 or to 3.6, then it'll light up pin 1. And if it's over 751, so anything between 3.6 to 5 volts, it'll light up pin 0 will go high. Looking back up here at the top, we will be activating pin 4, 1, or 0. The last part is the actual blink. So it's just going to declare whatever LED that the previous if statements gave it. It'll drive it high and have a 1 second delay. Then it'll drive it low, another second delay, and then it'll go back to the beginning of the loop and recheck the battery, run the if statements, and do it all over again. So what we're looking at here is an Attiny that we programmed using our breakout board, and we have a digital input coming in from this potentiometer. It's just connected to positive and negative on each side, and then the wiper is connected to the middle that goes to the Attiny's pin number 2. It's chip pin number 2. And then we have an output, and this one, and this one, all of which are running through our resistors that we calculated the other day, 1, 2, and 3 resistors, into an LED that has ground. Now, all of this you don't need to worry about because it's just my components in case I need a capacitor or a digital analog controller or anything else. This is if we want to run a transistor, such as this one, off of it. But we're not needing it because we already discovered in the last episode that the LED can run directly off of the chip. So what does this do? If it goes below 2.5 volts, let's say 2 volts, it blinks red. If we're above 2.5 volts, but below the upper threshold, it turns green. And then if we want a little bit more than that, it turns blue. Now this is a super basic system for monitoring a battery. If the battery's green, it's good. If it's blue, it's charging. And if it's red, it means you need to recharge it. So this is the basic wire diagram that we was looking at in our previous episode.
If you'd like to see the previous episode, I'll put a link in not only the description, but on the screen. If you like this content and would like to see more, please be sure to hit the like and subscribe and ring that bell. Until next week, be sure you keep your irons hot, and we'll see what all this goes into in the upcoming episodes. Hope you enjoyed it. Have a good night.